If I got half a dozen to 10 pictures good in a year, I'd be very happy.
All right, we are in search of 6 good ones, and this time we are walking around Scottsdale, Arizona, famous for spring training baseball and golf. I didn't play golf, and there was no spring training baseball happening, but there's a really cool art scene in Scottsdale, Arizona. A lot of outdoor fountains and things to look at, a really vibrant arts community, and you really get a feel for it. So I'll walk you through Scottsdale, Arizona. We've got some good photos, film and digital, and let's have a look in search of 6 good ones from Scottsdale, Arizona.
All right, Scottsdale is a really cool place. They've got a lot of really neat things there. There is a whole district there, which is called Old Town Scottsdale. And if you go there for spring training or to play golf, I definitely recommend you cut out some time to go walk around and, you know, make some discoveries and see some things. And you really enjoy the sights. And the sunsets are amazing, of course, in the desert. And probably the sunrises as well, although I'm not so much an early riser. All right, let's have a look. First of all, I went to this cafe, which was really great, and in Old Town. It was kind of a hipster cafe, so I really thought it was a cool place to get some shots. This is a shot of just a simple little flower pot with some folks in the background. I kind of like this one, although, I don't know, it kind of gives a feeling of kind of empty space and more, but I like it. Up next, we have a photo of the counter where you kind of order your drinks and more. I like this collection of teas and the signs, kind of cool there. And now here's the third photo we're going to take a look at is actually one that I saved. So you look at this and you would say, man, that's terrible. Just move along, right? And that's kind of what I thought at first. But then with a little bit of cropping and a little bit of color correction, it actually kind of turns out to be one of my favorites. Now, here is a little insider hot tip from me. I did not use Lightroom or some of the other super popular photo editing software. I used some software that is free for Mac and PC, and it came out a long time ago. It hasn't been updated for a while, but it does pretty much everything I need to do, and it's called PhotoScape. And you can do dodge and burn and sharpness and adjustments and all those kind of things, and it actually works really well. So PhotoScape helped me save this photo, and this is what it looks like. It actually turned out to be kind of sort of one of my favorites. I like it a lot. So PhotoScape, there's your hot free software tip for the day. Also in the cafe, a few things that just didn't quite work out as well as I wanted. I was using a film camera, the Olympus OM1, which goes way back, right? And it does have metering on it. It's kind of like a fuel gauge. Like at the top, when you look through the viewfinder, is plus, and at the bottom is minus. And that tells you your exposure. So looking into this kind of darkened cafe with some windows in the back and some dark shadows around, I really thought this was a good composition, and I like the woman's tattoos on the right. As you can tell, the white flowers threw everything off on the metering, and I didn't correct for it, and I wasn't thinking about it, so this one didn't work out. No, I think I just have tried another setting or two, because I tried this one, and well, it also didn't work out. So anyway, it was kind of a good idea, but it just kind of didn't happen. I like the happy hour sign because, I mean, who doesn't like happy hour, right? And on one of the sides of the cafe was this big kind of like image sign thing they had painted over a white brick wall. It said, "All I want is food and affection." And I just thought that was great. And sitting under the sign were these 2 guys having lunch. I really liked having these 2 guys there in the sign because it just kind of seemed to go together well. One of them got up and I thought, okay, now, you know, here's someone solo. They have food and affection, so maybe that would be a good thing. But then when they both left and they were done and the table was cleaned up, there it was, an empty table with a couple of chairs waiting for someone to sit, and the big sign. And I really like this one a lot. All I want is food and affection. So that's a good one. I really like that. As we look around, we see some more things in the cafe, and the last shot is just a total mess. If you know about leading lines in photography, if you count how many leading lines there are in this shot, there's just like way too many. There's kind of too much going on, and none of it really makes sense. Although the mural is kind of cool behind the whole thing, but kind of like mind confusing. So good idea, but that one didn't quite work out. All right, so now we're going to go outside. This is a photo that was taken while we were kind of sitting around wondering what to do and where to go and where we can find some really cool things. And I think that this is a lesson in two things. Number one, if you go on a photo walk with somebody who isn't a photographer, give them a camera. Because otherwise they walk around and you're standing there looking and waiting and trying to figure something out. They have nothing to do. They get really bored. But give them a camera and they can do something with it. So this is actually a photo my wife took with my digital camera. And this is looking down at a tree. She was actually taking a photo of the street to the left of the tree. But there wasn't too much interesting there. But the shadow I thought was really cool, and the blue sky in the background. And I don't know, I really like the way that this composition worked out. So thumbs up to her. That was a good one. They had these Lime scooters in Scottsdale, of course, and a lot of places they're just kind of thrown all over the place and they're a mess. I kind of like the way these were neatly arranged, and the colors and the car and everything. It kind of worked out well. So I kind of like that one. Walking down the street, love this sign. I kind of wanted to get myself a little ice cream treat. I did not, but I did take a nice photo of the sign. I love the colors in the background and the chalkboard. It just is a sign that appeals to me for many different reasons. Another sign in Scottsdale encouraging you to start a podcast. I thought that was kind of funny. And here's something that I was trying to get a really good photo of, and it turned out to be a little bit challenging. And this is part of a really cool thing. The Scottsdale Public Arts Project.com is the website. And this is a 26-foot tall kind of a sculpture of a rabbit. And this is a rabbit whose name is One-Eyed Jack from John Randall, who does a bunch of public art works for different people. Kind of controversial when it came out. Some people thought it was so big and scary and spooky it would give kids nightmares. We walked around a little bit, tried to find good angles and shadows and things like that. I do like the sign in the background for the distillery. That seemed to kind of work, so I thought I'd try to incorporate that. I didn't want to have trees coming out of One-Eyed Jack's head, so I tried to find a good angle for that as well. And, well, among these four, I think one of these is definitely in the running for 6 good ones. Walking down the street, this was in front of a coffee shop. I like that because, I mean, who doesn't like to have coffee and schmooze a little bit? Another part of the Public Arts Project is this horse, which is absolutely, totally, gloriously decorated and more. And this is in front of another cafe. This photo turned out great. I think this is also my wife's photo with the digital camera. And then we came to the fountain, which was donated by a gallery owner to the city to encourage more people to come to this area. And it's really spectacular. Didn't quite get as many great photos as I wanted. I think I had a fixed lens on my 35 millimeter, and this is kind of in a traffic circle. So it was kind of hard to kind of get that angle that I really wanted. I think a drone would be great to take a photo of this. I don't know if you can fly a drone and take a photo, but the horse fountain in Old Town Scottsdale is definitely a must-see. So this one, the horse's noses got kind of cut off on this one. I love this one with the detail on the horse and the other horse in the background. You can really see what's going on here. It's absolutely spectacular. Another side photo where you get to see more of the fountain, but there's a little bit of shade going on there. So this was definitely a highlight. I really liked it. And then a wide view of the fountain with all the horses, which, you know, kind of gives you a look of what's around the area, and the all-encompassing 5 horses water fountain of Scottsdale. We walked down the street and I saw this great store, and on the other side of the street was this blue Vespa scooter. And I just thought this would work together so well, but too much shadow, too much shade, not enough light in the right places. And even though I cropped and played around with things, I just couldn't get it to be exactly the way I wanted. So that one kind of didn't work out. But, you know, it was a good idea, and I was trying to make it work, but I could not. This one I really love. I love the flowers on top. I love the wall and the shadow of the flowers on the left, and just a kind of weird thing of like a Charlie Chaplin painter bucket holding guy on a bicycle with his hat in a happy mood, kicking his feet out, riding down the street. It was kind of a total surprise as we turned the corner, and there it was. And it just happened to be a good time of day for the light, and the flowers look beautiful. And there's like, you know, what's behind the wall? It's like a mysterious luncheon spot or something, or someone's house. I don't know. But I love this. It's so delightful, and it makes me so happy just to look at it. So I think we have one definitely as a lock for 6 good ones. All right, are you ready? Let's have a look at 6 good ones. First of all, among those signs that were in the first restaurant that we were looking at, the All I Want is Food and Perfection, this is the one. The one where the table is empty and, well, that's just the sign saying it all. And the empty table just kind of works. I really like this a lot. And how about our buddy, the giant 26-foot rabbit? Yes, we got to have one of One-Eyed Jack. And so this one with One Handsome Bastard Distillery in the background is the one I like the best. We got some shadows here and some blue skies, and there's no tree coming out of One-Eyed Jack's head or anything. So this is really cool. And you can't miss this when you go to Old Town Scottsdale. It's a really cool thing, and I really like it. There's a lot going on there. The horse fountain, definitely got to have that one. And this one with the detail of the horse and the sculpture is great. There's another horse in the background a little bit, and you can see some of the shops. There's a wine tasting shop back there and more. And it's all part of the fountain. And the full-size photo has a little bit of the fountain in the upper right corner and a palm tree and more. So I really like this. It gives you that muscular horse shape in full stride. That's pretty awesome. The big wide shot of the horses is really cool. You get to see a full shot of the fountain. So this is definitely one of our 6. And the shadowy tree. I don't know, there's just something about this. It's kind of cool. And I like the street lamp in the background and kind of like the Art Deco store on the corner. And the shadows of the tree is really nice and bright and brilliant and definitely in focus with that digital camera. So that was really cool. And my favorite, I think the top photo for me at least, has to go to our paint bucket bicycle riding Charlie Chaplin looking guy in the flowers and whatever is behind that wall. Very mysterious. I don't know. It's just kind of delightful. It makes me happy to look at this. So there you go. 6 good ones from my trip in Scottsdale, Arizona. Definitely check it out. If you get to Phoenix, you can go have a visit. It's just right next door. ScottsdalePublicArtsProject.com is where you can get info on all of this. And by the way, if you go to Phoenix, Wilson Camera is a great photo place. If you need to get anything developed or processed, or you want to buy some film, that is the place. Not so much camera sales, but man, they love film, and they've been around for a long time. So definitely check out Wilson Camera. I will put links to lots of these things down below. Let me know which ones you think would be 6 good ones. And thanks for hanging out and checking out these photos. Some good, some not so good. At least that's what I think. 6 good ones from Scottsdale, Arizona. Hey, like and subscribe and comment and tell your friends. And thanks for checking it out. I'm Big Rick Stewart. 6 good ones. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.